So let's take a look at inappropriate conduct. So first, what does that mean exactly? Generally, it's behaving in a way that you normally might not, and that really isn't acceptable by normal social standards. Now, when we're talking about this in an online context, what we find is that this is usually a symptom of taking advantage of the internet's anonymity. Now, what is anonymity exactly? We don't really have anonymity online, not in the way that we think we do anyway. And when we're using the internet, it's very easy to divorce ourselves from the things that we say and the things that we do, to take advantage of that feeling of lacking in identity. But in reality, it's really quite easy to link the things that people say and do back to who they really are. The most important thing to remember to keep your conduct appropriate is that the technology is a tool. When you socialize online, it's more about the socialization and the talking than it is about the technology that you're using.
We spend lots of time online. We text, we comment, we share. It's a big part of our lives. But communicating with someone online is just like talking to them in real life. Everyone appreciates politeness, and no one likes it when people make fun, spread gossip, rumors, or lies. The fact is, some people do try to hurt others online. It's called cyberbullying, and it's a lose-lose situation. It makes the person being harassed feel bad, and it makes the bully look bad. It might lead to trouble with school authorities or even the police. If someone's harassing you online, it's important not to respond. That's because bullies are looking for a reaction. Block them if you can. Ignore them if you can't. If it continues, save the evidence and ask an adult for help. And don't be afraid to stand up for yourself or to stand up for someone else being cyberbullied. This behavior usually stops pretty quickly when someone speaks up. And when you're communicating online, remember to treat people the way you'd like to be treated. Know how to handle yourself, because being online is part of your life. So stop and think before you click.
So one aspect of inappropriate conduct, and the one that's generally a problem online, is cyberbullying. So cyberbullying, most plainly, is harassment that happens through an online venue. So it's not necessarily just on Facebook. It can be through any method. Texting apps like WhatsApp, Kik, Twitter, in-game chat, Skype video conference. It doesn't really matter. It comes in many forms. So it can be threats, rumors, intimidation, ridicule, images, especially sharing images that might be compromising, and a special form called catfishing. Now, we've, of course, seen the movie that gave that its name, but most recently we saw that with the case of the football player, Manti Te'o, who had an ongoing online relationship with someone that he thought to be an actual romantic interest and turned out to be someone playing a prank. So for cyberbullying or any type of bullying to exist, there are, of course, people victimized by that, but equally, there has to be someone doing the bullying. So it's essential that you avoid being the bully. So a couple things to remember. You can't really hide behind what you post, despite what it might feel like. Lots of people have said things online, believing they were anonymous, and it's traced back to them and caused them a great deal of problems. So you can't really hide behind what you post. And when you say mean or hurtful things, it does hurt that person, but it also hurts you when you say them. It can be damaging to your image and damaging to your reputation. Of course, other than considering yourself, you'll want to consider how this affects the other person. Imagine it was your reputation or your image that was being passed around or damaged, or if it was you being harassed. And sometimes it may not feel that you're being a bully or that someone is being bullied. It might just seem like a joke or like something normal that's just part of, being in school or being around other people. So it may not always be obvious that cyberbullying is occurring, but it's important that we keep our eyes open to it as a possibility, and it's something that happens fairly frequently. Now, for victims of cyberbullying, it's important that we appreciate that it's very difficult to come forward and admit that this is happening to you. But You have to know that you're not alone. People from all walks of life, of all ages, even adults, can be victimized by cyberbullying, and it happens all of the time. Now, if you're being bullied, do your very best not to react by either lashing out at the person or giving them any sort of reaction. Reaction is what most bullies want. Now, one of the unique things with cyberbullying is that it's possible to save the evidence and prove that, this person is treating you badly and saying these awful things. Another unique facet of cyberbullying is that you can block or delete the bully, at least insofar as online services. It can't seem impossible to get away from them, or that you have to contact them because they have your phone number or your username, but you don't have to. You're not obliged to talk to them. If someone has set up a fake profile or is impersonating you, report it to the company that manages the profile to have it taken down. And if you see cyberbullying happening, speak up. Tell the bully that what they're doing is wrong, or tell someone in charge who has some authority to take some action.